some days I wake up and I'm like, I just want a 1 mile hike that has no elevation gain. But then there are other days I wake up and I'm like, I want to climb a mountain today. When you start out, you don't want to pick something that's really long and really tough because you might not likely want to hike again after that. Hey y'all, it's Irene the Black Hiking Queen, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Hiking 101, a series that I'm doing to talk about all my hiking recommendations, how you can start hiking this year, and everything in between. So far, we've covered why hiking is important and what essential gear you need to start hiking. If you haven't already, go back and watch those 2 videos. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to find the perfect trail for your next hiking adventure. So let's get started. If you're new to hiking, the first thing I would recommend is to start with a local trail. Find something in your neighborhood that's close to you and just start there. These local parks and preserves are really great to start out with because they generally have trails that are either shorter, trails that are paved, trails that are more managed, and it just helps to start with something shorter and easier because it helps you build your confidence as you go. When I first started hiking, I started with trails in my local neighborhood. I would go hike at Cedar Ridge Preserve like every weekend just to get a feel for hiking and also to, understand how my body feels when I'm hiking. I love local trails and parks. I think they're great because I still get to, live near a city and still enjoy being out in the outdoors. When you start out, you want to look for trails that are generally under 3 miles with minimal elevation gain because these trails are really good at the beginning. They're not physically demanding and they help you get a sense of how your body will feel when you're hiking because at the end of the day, hiking is a workout. When you start out, you don't want to pick something that's really long and really tough because you might not likely want to hike again after that. So how do I find these trails? My number one go-to recommendation for finding trails is AllTrails. So let's talk about the AllTrails app for a minute. I love the AllTrails app because you can find trails that are near you and it's really easy to navigate. As soon as you open it, the trails that are near you pop up under the Explore tab and you can see everything that's near you. One of my favorite places to hike is the Cedar Ridge Preserve, and I can actually type on here Cedar Ridge Preserve and the Cedar Ridge Preserve will come up. It gives you a description of the preserve. It says the Cedar Ridge Nature Preserve, previously called the Dallas Nature Center, is a natural area that covers 600 acres. And it goes on to talk more about the park and preserve. And then it lists the popular trails here. My favorite one is the Cattail Pond Loop. So I'm going to click on that so we can look at that. The Cattail Pond Loop, it tells you the distance. It's 2.5 miles. It has a 298-foot elevation gain, and it'll take you about an hour, 2 minutes to complete. I love this because it also gives you a map. You can preview the trail. You can get directions there. It tells you that dogs have to be on leash. It's kid friendly. It's great for running. It even gives you the weather. And then my favorite thing about the AllTrails app is it has reviews. And the reviews on AllTrails are generally accurate, I would say, for the most part. So you can read reviews. Like someone just said 5 days ago, great trail, lots of stairs. They rated the difficulty as moderate. Someone said it was muddy the day I went because it rained the day before. All the leaves have fallen, which was so sad because we expected some red leaves. The trail is well marked. I love that it has many routes ranging from 1.5 miles to 6 miles. I think it's not worth 45 minutes driving, but I might come another time of the year. The reviews go on. And generally, you will find reviews that are like most recent on a lot of the trails. Right now, I want to plan a trip to Big Bend. I've been before a couple times, but I want to go back and do a little bit of a longer hike. So I can type in here, Big Bend National Park. And it will pull up trails that are in Big Bend. So you can see that it's already pulling up all these trails at Big Bend. So, or if I go to the top, you can see there's guides to Big Bend. So let's just say Hidden Gems in Big Bend National Park. So I click on that and I can see all the trails that are considered hidden gems. They're most likely trails that people don't talk about a lot. But I want to do something longer. That's kind of my goal this next time I go to Big Bend. So I'm going to click on Big Bend National Park, and then I'm going to go to popular trails. And so we can see the Lost Mine Trail and the Window Trail are actually two of the trails that I want to do. So I can see the Window Trail here. Again, you see a description of the trail. There's a map. There's reviews, which is what I always read before I go. And generally people are really good about talking about the weather. They talk about the conditions of the trail, and sometimes they'll give their own opinion on whether or not the trail is worth hiking or not, which I appreciate that. So someone said, great little out and back, weather was perfect. So the AllTrails app is perfect for finding trails. I also have a discount code, which will give you a discount if you want to sign up for the AllTrails Plus version. The AllTrails Plus version is great because you can download maps for offline use, meaning if you don't have signal where you're going and you want to download the trail, so that way you can navigate and you can see on the map where you're at in real time when you're hiking. I love the map feature because you can move along the map and just kind of see the elevation on the trail, which is pretty cool. One time I went hiking, I actually went backpacking in New Mexico. There was a ton of river crossings and there was absolutely no signal, but thankfully I had downloaded the trail on AllTrails before we got there. And so I was able to navigate through that backpacking trip because of this app. I could go on and on about it, but I want you to discover it for yourself. So I'm going to put a link to this AllTrails app in the caption below with my discount code. That way you can get started on the AllTrails app. There are other resources. You can look at the state and national parks website. They always post all their trail maps. Anytime I want to go somewhere new, like let's just say I want to go visit a new state park here in Texas, I always go to the state park website and I'll look at the trail maps before I go just to get an idea of what trails I want to hike, what trails are available. And that also helps me to be able to pack the right gear for the hike that I'm going to do. So there's a lot of online resources. You can literally just look up the name of a park, and most parks in general have their own website. Most trails are rated as easy, moderate, or difficult based on the terrain, the distance, and the elevation gain. So you want to take all those factors into consideration when you're picking the right trail that you want to hike. For your first few hikes, I highly recommend that you start with easy trails, easy to moderate trails. That way you can be able to gain a little bit of confidence when you're hiking, and that you don't get overwhelmed and feel extremely fatigued right after your first few hikes. A good rule of thumb is if the trail has 500 feet of elevation gain or less, it's generally going to be easy and beginner friendly. If you see a trail that has an elevation gain of 1,000 or more, it's most likely going to be challenging. And once you get into those numbers in the thousands, especially like elevation gains of like 2,000 or even 3,000, that's when you start talking about like altitude and altitude sickness and all those things, which I will talk about more in another video. But for right now, if you're a beginner hiker, I would recommend starting with trails that have an elevation gain, within the 500 range. If you feel like that's too easy, you get out there, you do it, and you're like, oh, this is easy, I got this. Then you can, move up. You can move up to the thousands and you can add more. I want hiking to be something that becomes a part of your everyday life and not something that you do once and you're just done. If you want hiking to be a part of your life, you definitely want to start with something that's shorter. And once you get the hang of it, you can, move up to longer and more challenging hikes. That is one of the most amazing things about hiking, is that there is a variety of trails. And I love hiking because I get to decide what I want to do. Some days I wake up and I'm like, I just want a 1 mile hike that has no elevation gain. I just want to be on a flat ground. And I live in Texas, so that's obviously easy to find. But then there are other days I wake up and I'm like, I want to climb a mountain today. Those days I plan a trip and I'll go somewhere in like the Grand Canyon and hike 5 miles with an elevation gain of 1,000 feet or so. That's why I love hiking, because you get to decide. The options are endless. Finding a perfect trail is all about matching your experience level with what you want to get out of the hike. Don't feel like you have to rush into a 10-mile hike on your first hike for it to be considered hiking. Remember to use all the resources I talked about, and remember to have fun out there. Hiking is about connecting with nature, exercising and moving your body, and becoming the best version of yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video on our hiking series. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you out on the trail. Happy hiking!